Hey guys, it's Bryce, and today I'm going to be playing 5-minute Blitz games on chess.com. I'm going to try to get to 1050 rating in this video, and stick around if you want to see how well I fare against the other 1000 rated players on chess.com today. Alright, let's get started. Today I'm actually filming in a new studio, which is probably something you recognized. And the reason for this is that my other studios are pretty busy, there's a lot of people there, and I can't record very frequently without getting interrupted a lot. So here I will be able to film videos much more frequently, and I'm looking forward to regular weekly uploads. So that is a plus in the near future. So I'm actually playing right now on chess.com's beta chess pairing system, and things are looking a little different. I noticed that the chess notation is now descriptive rather than letter notations, which I do not personally like very much. And right now I'm playing against L7845 from Great Britain, rated 979. I'll just offer the trade. He's not going to take it. Okay. I'll go ahead and take that. I like keeping this diagonal on the king, so I'm going to hang on to that for the time being. I'd like to get a rook centralized just to point towards this queen. That way, if this d pawn ever gets moved, the queen is in a lot of danger. I could push the f pawn if I wanted, but I'm just going to get my rook behind my queen for the moment. One thing that I saw recently on YouTube was actually a video where a guy filmed his various attempts to reach the rating of 1400 on chess.com, and I thought that was pretty neat. So I decided that I'm going to be doing that. My rating right now is somewhere around 1250 on my other chess.com account, the one that is currently private. And I'd like to do that for this channel. I'd like to film my progress through the ratings by documenting every 100 points that I gain through my regular games. I'd like to pick apart this position here. My opponent's down a pawn. I'm looking at the b7 pawn right now. Also eyeing up this d7 bishop and the knight on e5. All of those are targets for me, but at the moment I don't have an immediate way to capture them. I'm gonna take that. Doesn't necessarily look like a trap. This is defended, so that is fine. I'm going to draw my queen back here. I'm going to try to get her to e2 because I want to defend the g4 pawn. I also want to prevent attacks like that. And, well, at the moment there's no direct attacks for the queen, so I feel pretty good about my position right now. Going to kick back the bishop. He's retreating. Very good. Now I'd like to get this queen out of here, so I'm looking for a couple ways to get her moving. Simplest would probably be just here. So I'm going to go for that, since this pawn, the f4 pawn, doesn't really need to be defended at the moment. So I can kick that queen out. I think I can just defend here. That should keep the queen out for quite a long time. Rook is defended. Okay. I'll take that. Where can I go that cause damage? Ah, here we go. Looking at a skewer there. Queen's hanging onto the c3 pawn from the queen. I'm looking to get my bishop up here to skewer both the rook and the queen. It's somewhat a discreet attack, so I wouldn't be too shocked if my opponent misses it. And I think this works out very well for me. He attacks the queen, and now I can go for this. Although I notice now, if takes, that's threatening mate. Well, that's unfortunate. Probably should have guarded against that a little better. I could probably go queen to f2. I think I'll do that. It defends the bishop, guards against mate, while also attacking the f7 pawn, which I like the looks of quite a lot. I have several very good attacks here, so I'm feeling quite comfortable about my position at the moment. I'm a little bit down on the clock, but it's not anything to worry about at the moment. It's a good defense, but I was looking at this move here, and I think it works. So I'm going to go for that. Because if rook there, check, I might have something. Mate, maybe? Queen. I am not an expert chess player, but I do think this might be a mate threat here. Looks like it. Yeah, he's gonna resign. So I think that was mate in 3, because after that, queen takes, and that's just mate. So that was interesting. I usually don't get mates in 3 like that, where I actually see it and I'm actually able to take action on that. All right, I'll go for another game. We're at 1040 at the moment. We're now playing against Mersood_N, rated 979, from Azerbaijan. I've never heard of that country personally. Alright, so I'm going to win the center here. Just do a little pre-moves. A little bit of pre-moving. So I'm going to double on that pawn. I can defend it for a third time. I think I'll castle. If there's any attacks coming on the queen, I can always drop her back here. Yep. Looking at this weak diagonal here for the rook. If I can get a bishop up to e5, that would look very nice. Very nice indeed. Just get my queen there. Next move, I'm looking to push h6. Dislodge the knight. Probably push a pawn, get a rook back here, then move the bishop up to hit the rook. Trade's not quite possible. I'm looking at a move like this, and I think it's pretty painful. Queen d1 is forced, otherwise he gets forked. I wonder, queen c6, is that good? Attacks the rook, rook moves to g1. Fork, I think. Well, I was not expecting that. I guess that'll give me time to develop my rook a little bit better. Look at this weak king. Oh, it just drops a piece. I'll take that. Now if rook there's a fork. Okay, well, looking at a couple blunders here. Let's check there. Snag a pawn. Ooh, he's gonna get skewered here. That is rough. Again, he should have probably moved to d2. d2 I think was a lot stronger. And then that was another drop pawn right here. Knight takes, bishop takes, that's dropped. So we got a second win, 1056. Let's go for another game. Next player is DeepU899. It's gonna go for the queen's pawn opening. This is a favorite of mine. Rating of 1072. Ratings are starting to get pretty high now. We're up into the 4 digits of ratings, which is the highest digits you can get to. You can't get to 5 digits. That's just not possible. So I'm going to go ahead and win the center here because why not? This pawn right here is weak. That is forced. I guess knight e6, bishop e6, sorry, is as good a move as any. Gonna get my queen up here. If pawn down, I'll just trade off. This might drop a pawn. Might drop a pawn for white. This pawn is now undefended. Yeah, this should work because of rook there. I just take the knight. I did not mean to move there. Wow. He missed it? He completely missed my drop queen. I tried to right click when I moved down to b3. That backfired pretty horrendously. Thankfully he did not get my queen. That could have been really bad. But there you go. Even players over 1050 rating, they missed dropped queens, which is not very good. Okay, I'm looking at this. Yeah, I think that's good. Discovered attack on the rook. Pawn takes. I guess bishop takes is fine. Pins that queen, or that queen. Pins the pawn. Man, I can't believe he just missed my queen. I thought I lost the game then and there by dropping the queen. That happens to me far too often where I click on a piece, I'm looking around and I think I click on it a second time to deselect the piece, and then I click on a square trying to right click and draw some arrows, and then it just moves my piece. So that could have been quite bad. Just notice now he's got that attack, my b7 pawn. Probably that pawn is going to die anyway, no matter what I do, but I'll fight for it a little. I think that is a nice attack right there, unless I'm missing something, but I don't think I am. Get both of the rooks. I'm expecting rook takes c7. I'll take there. Well, I was not expecting that. Let's see, he takes, I take. Leaves me in a better spot, I think. Take that rook. He's attacking the pawn. So now I have a pretty big threat right there. But I'll just pick up the pawn. b7 is hanging. He should have taken that there, but he did not. Gonna finally shore up this weakness right here with my two pawns. Looking for a check right there, while I'm also looking to push these pawns. Let's just check them. Okay. Bishop f1 was also possible. Okay. I'm going here, I'm looking to trap the knight. These are all of his escape squares. Now rook there should just trap that piece. Let's go here, why not? Capture the pawn so that I can still get over here and trap the knight. Ooh, good defensive move. I'm gonna go ahead and go here. The knight is still stuck. At the moment I can't attack the knight directly, but it should fall pretty soon. Let's try here. I want to push the pawn. It says my opponent has disconnected. Oh boy. Like my bishop right there. I'm gonna push this pawn here. Gonna try to get him through. Oh, I didn't realize I had 51 seconds. Yikes. And the game is going to be decided from abandonment. We're at 1,075. All right. Let me just check my status. All right, so far we've reached 1,075 rating. I think I have time for about one more game. Let's see who we get. We get something Kumar 306. I'm not even going to try to attempt and read out his name. Rated 1,078 from India. Let's do this. So he's not challenging the center at all. I'm going to go ahead and take control of this right now. Go there. Okay, he's going to be opting for a closed position. I think I'll castle kingside. Seems to make sense. He's making a lot of pawn moves. which means he's lacking in development with his pieces. I don't want to get my bishop trapped, but kind of want to stay here in the center. I'll opt for e3. Okay. Oh, I have no moves left for my knight. Oh, that's a bummer. If I go here, I should at least get a pawn. I'm also looking to hang on to that pawn at some point. Take that. Alright, so I'm opting for a double attack here. Both of these pawns are weak. Down 2 pawns worth of material here. I guess I'll take this. Trade off the queens if he wants to. And I'll go here. Gonna try to win this pawn. Oh, I should go for this guy. Oh wait, that one's hanging as well. There's several pawns I want to win, but they're all defended pretty well. Maybe I can take, he takes, check. Followed by taking this pawn, he's going to take that one. Well, that's too bad. He got forked there. I was thinking he takes the pawn here. I check. I take the pawn here. He's got only the knight defending. Then after that, after I take the pawn, he takes c2. I move over. Something like that. But I'll just take the free rook. I guess I'll just... Oh wait, no, I can take this way. Check, grab it. Take that way, probably go there. Challenge this knight. Well, I'm up 3 points, so I'll continue to trade down. This is good for me. I think it also drops his knight. So far, he's not faring too well. I can force a trade of the rooks here, so I'll go for that. Push the knight back. Gonna push these pawns, get a queen, and that should probably be the game. This is not looking very good for him. I'll take the knight. Yeah, and that is going to be the game. 1093 is my rating, and alright, so I'm going to end the video here. In my next video, or my next video in this 5-minute bullet series, I'm going to be getting to 1100 rating on chess.com. So subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Leave a thumbs up on this video if you're excited to see me cross the 1100 mark on chess.com. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Stay healthy, and God bless. Goodbye.